I'm saying it's unhealthy to be obsessed with somebody else. You are nosy. That's the only problem you got. So that's fine. Keep your account. Be nosy. But if you're obsessed to a mental state of mind, that's a problem. One of my friends asked me how many of my family members own nail salons. And I was like,
wow.
Maybe maybe 10 years ago, I wouldn't have thought anything of it, but now I think about it for other people. And I think about Asian people who don't have any association with nail salons, and for that assumption to be placed in them. So I really told her, I said, why would you ask me that question? Because I'm Asian? And she goes, because all I see are Asians in nail salons. So I feel like y'all just got a gang of them. And I was like, okay, but that's an assumption about my people. And it could seem really, it could actually seem really racist. And for some, it could really offend people. So, Lonnie, the difference between what Adrian is describing and what you are is I'm saying it's unhealthy to be obsessed with somebody else. You are nosy. That's the only problem you got. So that's fine. Keep your account. Be nosy. But if you're obsessed to a mental state of mind, that's a problem.
You can call me nosy. Yes. I will delete the guy that I was dating from my social media. I won't get rid of my social media. But every now and then I might peek on his page to see what's new, who's new. Like you, Lonnie, I need to know.
Cause see, there
are people that are obsessive.
That guy. Remember, Garcelle? You was dating a guy, and then you came on the reel, and you was like, yeah, we dating.
Lonnie.
And then all of a sudden, I looked, and then you put out, and I was like, what happened? I don't see the guy no more, and I had to find out.
And did you go down my Instagram?
Yes, I sure did, and I found out.
So Lonnie wants to stalk other people's exes for them. She wants to know what happened. Good to know.
People evolve, and I had to learn that. Like me, I keep trying to evolve. Women keep trying to evolve, and we as women, we are responsible. So when we see women doing certain things, like what we said about Chloe Bailey, you know, we're supporting her because that is her right. But it's up to women to do that. We can't depend on these men, but we have to admit there's a certain group of women that are intimidated. And they're intimidated and they're insecure about her. And so we have to tell those sisters, it's okay. Maybe you're not gonna look like that. It's okay. We gonna find something. Maybe your elbow look good. Maybe your baby toe look good. Maybe we gonna find something.
But there is a message there. There is a message there. And let me tell you, we don't recognize our power as women also to shift the culture and to shift the narrative. And that's not gonna take that one woman just saying it, but it's gonna take a rally of women rallying behind her and shifting the narrative and changing the conversation. So that's a great point, Lonnie. I never thought about it that way, in the sense of not just a woman changing it, but imagine if, by the way, we outnumber men in this world. Check the stats. If all of us were like, nah, we rally behind women and we shift the narrative and we change it and we don't shame and we don't participate in the shaming of women, I do think that could bring about some change.
I feel like I give out my love freely, but the more you earn it, the deeper it goes. So I think, you have to give freely, especially in a relationship. But I also think that more is earned over time. Do you agree or no?
100%.
I think when love is given freely, it's the most magical feeling, especially in this world where people have a reason to be much more guarded and they have a reason to be much more kept to themselves, because it just feels like, vulnerability is something to feed off of. But when it's given freely, like that act of kindness out of any area, you just immediately believe that there's hope of good people out there. And then it inspires you to be that yourself. So I hope that there's more love given freely, especially when someone's wronged you. And that's hard for me to say too. When someone's wronged me, of course the easy thing is to be like, well, you ain't getting no love from me anymore. But when you get to that place where you're like, you know what? I'm good, and I love you the same.
Love you anyway.
I might not be with you every day, but like, cool. That's like, you feel yourself grow.
Beautiful.
A bit. Yeah.
I think I was confused because I think when for children, I think your love is just unconditional. It's just there. I don't think a child has to earn the love of a parent. I think he was talking about a relationship, and for me in a relationship, I think you fall in love or either you don't. And because I really am, when it comes to words, you know, earning to me means that, you know, a person can buy love. And I don't think that that's right.
No.
Because a man can sit back and try to, you know, shower you with a bunch of gifts and you still don't love them. And so so that's why I don't think it can be earned. I just think either you fall in love and it happens, and you know, and you grow. I think love can grow, but I don't think you can buy it. And I think what can be earned is trust. And I think that's what he was really talking about. And there's trust issues with, especially with men that deal, you know, that have been unfaithful and not loyal, and you have to earn that person's trust again. But I think that person will always love you, but they won't necessarily trust you. Well, I think that it's a difference, I agree with you ladies, between dating and having friends. I like my friends to have different points of view, and I have to, because then I can argue with them. And a lot of times, you know, because it really helps me to see different sides. And I think the point is that we need to start listening to each other. So that way we can have a better understanding and we can live better in this country. But when it comes to actually having someone that you're going to spend the rest of your life with, and you're sharing the same bed, you're going to share the same children, that's a different story. And I think that it's important to make sure that you know what the political views are. And I think that dating apps, because you already don't know the person, if they do say, hey, I don't want to, you know, date a Democrat, or I don't want to date a Republican, I think that's fair. And then you're not wasting your time. Yeah, so I say put it on the dating app. Don't waste your time.
Put it all out there. Put it all out.
Yes. When it comes to your personal beliefs too, I encourage people to be passionate enough that it drives you to go do something. If you're passionate about gender discrimination and you want to go out there and speak about it, or encourage people to look into their paperwork and understand what contracts they're signing, I mean, if you're living with somebody who doesn't believe the same as you, it almost stifles your energy and you don't become as passionate and proactive as you could have been. So under that household, sharing that same interest with somebody allows you to go out there and make change.